Guys, welcome back. I am the SaaS Sales Misfit, and you are watching the Sell the Future podcast. This week, we are covering LinkedIn Post of the Week. We are also going to be running a training session, mainly focused at SDRs, but AEs can also get some benefit from this. I'm going to provide you a framework to keep you focused and shut out the noise. We're going back to basics, guys. You do not want to miss it. But first, we are going to kick off with tech funding news of the week. There's been a ton of things that's been happening in tech in the last few days. As you can see, Elon Musk's AI nears $20 billion raise from NVIDIA and Wall Street. But if we also scroll down to the top funding rounds, you can see obviously Elon's at number one. We've got SoftBank's group to acquire ABB's industrial robotics business for $5.4 billion, accelerating push into AI-driven automation. Again, Ukraine's first fintech unicorn, Monobank, valued at $1 billion, backing from US investors. You've got ex-Databricks execs, AI hardware startup, targets $5 billion valuation with $1 billion raise. Guys, can you see the theme here? It's carrying on. Yeah, we are in the world of AI. Now, the reason why I bring this up, and you can have a look at these articles in your own time, it's more for SDRs, AE, sales reps in general that are looking for their next job, potentially looking to move into another business, maybe even another slight field within the SaaS space. All well and good, but I want you guys to understand what's going on here. On the surface of it, this ties into the theme that we've been talking about. It looks like the SaaS industry is booming. When you raise this kind of money through ultra rounds in the tech space, it really skews what is actually going on in the industry. And I want you to be aware of that. So if you are looking to start with another business, maybe you're joining a startup and they're not leveraging AI, guess what? You'll be out of work and looking for a new job within 6 months. That is a guarantee. Why? Because those companies are not able to raise any funding. They're not able to raise any money through their rounds because they're not leveraging AI and they're a startup. Okay, so either go to a business that's maybe in scale-up phase and is leveraging AI, or maybe go to a business that has been around for a period of time. These startups with no AI focus at all is going to leave you stranded. Trust me, I know. Now, you can work your way through all the top funding round news and all that kind of good stuff. The interesting one, obviously, is Elon Musk nears 20 billion raise. Now, you can read this article in your own time, but as you can see, when you have these ultra rounds, as we call it, the $1 billion plus rounds or multi-billion dollar rounds, the landscape of SaaS in general will be sold as, yeah, it's booming. And yes, certain industries are booming. Fintech's booming. The world of AI is booming. It doesn't mean that you can't join other industries or other verticals within SaaS. You can. You just do your due diligence and find out, if you are in interview stage, find out where they're at, what their plan is. Some companies will tell you, yeah, look, we're looking to sell within a couple of years. Others will be, look, I'm looking to raise, or they're looking to raise their next round of funding. Okay, which round is it? Is it Series A? Is it Series B? The earlier the rounds, the more jeopardy. Okay, as opposed to Series D, Series E, for example. So just do your due diligence, ask these questions. This is what you need to know. You know, what are their plans? What are their goals? Plenty of businesses out there are saying, okay, well, actually our aim is to raise X amount by next round. And to do this, we're going to do ABC. And we're also looking to sell. Okay, great. If you're looking to sell, not a problem. If you're going to join the startup world as well, SDRs, AEs, sales reps in general, always ask the question about options or equity. Yeah. If you're going to risk it all, at least have some skin in the game. Find out if there's options for you in terms of getting equity in the business itself, because that in itself means you have something to fight for, right? That's your job. You're going to give it your all anyway. But if they are looking to sell in a couple of years and you believe in the product and you believe that they're going where they say they're going, then you want to discuss the possibility or the option, or at least have a look at, okay, can I have some stake in this business? Can I have some equity? A lot of sales reps are missing that trick. So make sure you ask the question. Now, I said to you all at the start, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn post of the week. But first, I know there's some regular viewers of this podcast. Guys, do me a favor. If you find this stuff useful, every podcast, I'm aiming to provide more and more value for you sales reps out there, right? So if you find it useful, please do give the video a like and also click subscribe. It helps me A, reach more people, and B, you'll get notified when the next podcast and the next video is released. Again, it's all aimed to benefit you, the sales rep, frontline sellers that need the most help right now, but frontline sellers that are pivotal to any business succeeding or failing today. Thank you very much. Right, we've got that out of the way. Let's jump to LinkedIn post of the week. Now, we're going to start with post from Benjamin D, the UK's most hated sales trainer. Many of you will know who he is. Now, I really like this post. I think it's a brilliant post that he's put together, right? 2 bad habits are killing your pipeline. Number 1, closing in the wrong place. Most reps still try to close at the end of a meeting. That's where leave it with me, phantom higher authority, and polite brush-offs live. Great point, yeah? You wait until the end of the meeting to try and close, but you've set no precedent at the start of the meeting or an agenda at the start of the meeting. So now you're on their terms and you're on their clock, all right? The close belongs at the start. Try this. If by the end neither of us has said no to each other, is it okay if we agree next steps on how to move forward? Fair? Clean it up and make sure you get your own version of this. But basically, this is something that you do at the start of the meeting, right? One of my reps does it really, really well. He'll go, look, I've been around in sales for a long time. You won't hurt my feelings. So if at the end of this call, if you feel there is 100% no alignment here and there is not a world where you can see us partnering at all, please let me know. You will not hurt my feelings. We can shake hands and agree to go our separate ways. However, if we haven't said no to each other at that point, are we good to agree next steps? Does that sound fair enough? Absolutely. You're setting a precedent at the start, right? Deliver it however you want to deliver it. Have your own agenda at the start. But at some point earlier on in the agenda, you want to address what the end of the meeting looks like. Here's what we're going to go through. Going to run through a couple of questions. Super, super quick. Won't take up too much time. Then I'll walk you through the platform. We'll take a deep dive. I'll walk you through the different stages of the platform and what we do. If at the end of it, we feel there's some alignment there or potential alignment, we'll agree next steps. Sound fair enough? That's how you want to set out your stall from the start so the close at the end doesn't seem A, too daunting, and B, out of the blue for the prospect. Right? The sooner you address it, the better for you. If you leave it till the end of the meeting, it becomes more daunting, as I said, and then you've built up a lot of pressure and now you're trying to get them to agree next steps with you. Just layer it through your meeting. Set your stall out early. This is how the meeting's going to run. It gives you control as well. The whole thing about this is you're in control of the meeting. You don't want to lose control of the meeting. And the one great way of keeping control is, hey, I've set out a quick agenda for us to cover off. This is what we're going to do, A, B, and C. Does that sound fair enough? Is there anything else you'd like to add to the agenda before I crack on? No. Good. Now, he's put here, that one line will save you weeks of chasing ghosts. He's bang on the money. He's bang on the money, because what happens at the end of a call? Okay, cool. Can you send me an email? Send me pricing, send me whatever. I'll run this up internally. Great. When should we follow up? Yeah, next week. Okay, I'll give you a shout next Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, sounds good. Chase, right? There, you've been in that cycle, the chasing cycle. What you want to do is avoid falling into that trap. So part 1 of his post, closing in the wrong place. Part 2, proposals as freebies. I actually want to throw this out to the community out there. Viewers that are watching, you guys that are listening, sales reps, do you think in the world of SaaS, there is space for paid proposals? Maybe you're doing it already. I want to hear from you. Drop me a line in the comments, because it's not something I've done myself personally, but I do like the idea of it. Quoting isn't selling, it's giving your work away and praying. If a prospect walks off with a shiny document and you walk off with hope, you've just got mugged. A client of mine in tech, after initial reluctance, finally started charging $5,000 per proposal. per proposal. 2 years later, 32 paid proposals, only 5 didn't proceed, but they still got paid. That's not theory, that's fact. The thing is, people respect what they pay for. Free proposals get ignored, paid ones get signed. I agree with that. The question is, and again, maybe it depends on the type of software and product you're selling, is there space for it in the SaaS world? I think there could be, but again, it will depend on the industry you're selling in. If you're doing transactional SMB selling, that's, quick turnarounds, maybe not. But if you're in the enterprise space or even the mid-market space and you've got a lot of work to do to put together a proposal, maybe it does work. Maybe it does actually work. Yeah, absolutely. I can send you across a proposal. This is what we'll cover in it. Is there anything else you'd like added into it? One last thing you need to know is, yes, we do proposals, but we also charge for them due to the body of work it takes. If that sounds good to you, I'm happy to put that in play. Pricing is X. That could potentially work. And that will, again, weed out the time wasters from the ones that are serious. You don't pay for something unless you're serious, right? Everyone asks for a proposal. Oh, can you send that through in a deck? Yeah. Or can you send me a deck? Or can you send that through in an email? Hey, look, I can put together a proposal for you, but it will cost you. Company policy, we do paid proposals. I want to know what you think. Please let me know. Stop fearing the loss of deals you never had. Start charging for the thinking. Close at the start, sell the proposal. Stop guessing, start closing. Really, really powerful post, and it gets you thinking. I think someone actually even comments in there about tech. Let's go to the comments. Someone does put in, does this work in tech? And let's just have a quick look. Love the idea. Great tips. I'm seriously tempted. I'm pretty sure I read it in the comments the other day, but you guys can have a look. Check it out for yourself. Benjamin D, the UK's most hated sales trainer. He is great. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of him. Now, going from LinkedIn post of the week, we are jumping back to sales. SDRs, AEs, I think the word grind has replaced frameworks and it's clouded what we need to be focusing on to make sure that we hit our goals and reach our targets and get promoted and become successful in sales. So what I've done is I've put together a little framework for all of you to use, a system, if you like, to take you back to basics. Because I tell you what, being an SDR isn't about. It isn't about making $150 a day, sending 50 plus emails a day, and just grinding mindlessly without using a strategy or a framework or having some sort of deliberate approach. So SDRs, if you're struggling and you're thinking, I need to get back to basics, I've forgotten what the basics even look like because every day someone's giving me different bits of information and I'm scrolling on LinkedIn and getting different bits of advice from different gurus and different sales trainers, have a look at this framework. This one is for you. If I went back to day one as a business developer or an SDR, here's what I would drill into my head. Number one, stop pitching, start diagnosing. Bad reps sell features, top reps identify problems fast. What do I mean by this, guys? It means start pitching them everything that your tool does, all the shiny features, all the brilliant things that your tool can do. Instead, ask questions, right? Don't say we help teams streamline workflows. Say, how are you currently coping with X, Y, and Z inefficiency? You can even start with, I've worked with ABC company. They were struggling with this very common problem we're finding right now in the industry. How are you currently coping with it? Be the rep who finds leaks, not the one who talks about tools. Okay, number two, master the power intro. The first 10 seconds of your call decide your fate. It's true. Pattern interrupt plus promise plus permission. Now, the other day I mentioned pattern interrupts, like, can I take 27 seconds of your time, have been overused. So keep it simple, but find one that works for you. Here's an example. Hey, Jake, I know you weren't expecting this call. I'll be super brief. I help SaaS teams like yours fix the one part of their outbound that always leaks meetings. Mind if I ask you a quick question? Super straightforward. You're telling them, listen, addressing the obvious. I know you weren't expecting this call. I'm going to be super brief as a result, which is a value add in itself, being super brief, considering A, they're very busy, B, you've caught them off guard. And then you're giving them a promise, right? So there's the pattern interrupt. I'll be super brief because you weren't expecting my call. Here's the promise. I help SaaS teams like yours fix the one part of their outbound that always leaks meetings. And then you ask for permission. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? This intro books meetings, but find your own. You may want to use this. You may want to use a slight different one. Follow that recipe. Pattern interrupt plus promise plus permission. The 3 Ps. Right. Number 3, simplify your call framework. You don't need 10 talk tracks. Guys, you literally just need one system that you can run with your eyes closed. You'll be able to do it in your sleep, or you should be able to do it in your sleep. If you can't, practice it. Okay? Open, hook, probe, close. That's it. All right? So what are we doing with the open? We're going to grab attention. Hey, I know I caught you off guard. I'll be super brief, right? Or a different pattern interrupt. Hook. Give them a reason to listen. Make it as specific as possible to them. If you can outline a competitor you've just been working with, that adds credibility quick. That will hook them in. That will give them a reason to listen. If then you can follow up by solving a problem that you're pretty sure them, along with all the other people within the vertical in the industry, are dealing with, that gives them a further reason to keep listening. So you want to create a strong hook. The stronger the hook, the more chance you won't lose your prospect. And then you want to probe, uncover pain or resistance, ask questions. I know X, Y, and Z, we're dealing with ABC inefficiency. It's quite a common problem at the moment right now. I'm really curious. How are you guys dealing with that currently? Find out their current process. Find out if they're experiencing the same problems. Maybe they're not dealing with the pain. Oh, that's interesting. How comes? Do you mind me asking, what is it that you're doing different to everyone else that I've been speaking to? Dig, dig, dig. If you can't help them, then you know you've got to move on. But you don't know until you dig. And then close. Call to action. Ask for the next call. Ask for the meeting, referral, something, right? John, look, I know I've called you out of the blue and I don't want to take up too much of your time here, but from what you've told me, I think we could have a super interesting conversation. I'd love to learn a little bit more. Plus, I'd like to tell you a bit more about how we're helping companies exactly like yourself solve the exact problem you just told me about. For that, we'd need around 20 minutes. Does that sound doable? Great. Let's book you in for next week. Are you around Tuesday, or does Wednesday afternoon work better for you? Get them booked in. Remember, don't come off the call without anything. Yes, you want the meeting, but actually maybe they haven't got time to talk and you haven't uncovered enough there. You don't know if you can help them. Then ask for a call. Look, I'd love to continue the conversation. I know I've called you out the blue. From what you're telling me, I think it would be worthwhile to at least explore it for another 5 minutes on another call. Are you around later this afternoon, or does tomorrow morning work better for you? Worst case scenario, you're getting absolutely nowhere. You've pushed. You don't think you can help them. Absolutely fine. Look, thank you so much. Before I jump, I don't know if you would be able to help me out here, but I'm speaking to X, Y, and Z businesses, obviously similar business to yourself. If there's anyone that you can think of, I don't want to be too cheeky here, but if you could refer them, we do have a referral scheme. Happy to put you through that. X, Y, and Z details to follow. Whatever. Get a referral. Ask for it. If you don't ask, you don't get. Get something. Because if you spend 5-10 minutes with someone, get something from them in return. Work backwards from your top goal and then have a backup and have a plan C and have a plan D. And you want to repeat this process until it becomes second nature. Now, number 4, follow-up equals your secret weapon. Guys, most SDRs give up after 1 or 2 tries. In fact, most give up after 1. I'll be honest. I've spoken to plenty. I know. That is why they stay in the SDR cycle and they bounce around from job to job and they never get promoted. I once booked a meeting after 14 separate touch points. Why? Because every follow-up had value, not just checking in BS. Now, the value add can be as small or as large as you like, right? It can just be a small value add. Hey, we just brought on X, Y, and Z and they're going through a similar onboarding. It reminded me of yours because I know you're increasing your headcount. I'm just sending you the framework. Have a look at it in your own time. value add. Yeah. A value add can be as simple as we've just brought on a certain client and they're a couple of steps further down the line from when you and I spoke, and you mentioned about the hiring process and the difficulty they had as a result of increasing their headcount so quickly. Their customer success team struggled with X, Y, and Z problem. Here's what they struggled with. I thought it'd be useful for you. Simple value adds. It doesn't have to be 14 huge value adds. They can be minor. They can be small. Just let them add up. All right. You can also try this. Saw your post about hiring. Curious how outbound supports that, right? Here's a quick loom showing you how we fix this for ABC competitor. Be relevant. The whole point is adding value and be super relevant to what they're doing right now. They're focused on what they're doing. They're not focused on what you're doing. They don't care about your outcomes. Yeah. So you need to care about their outcomes, because if you care about their outcomes, that in turn will take care of your outcomes. So quick recap. You don't need to be the best. Just be consistent with the right stuff. Stop changing your script every day if you're using a script, right? Find what works and hammer it. Yeah. If you like the intro, hey, Jake, I know you weren't expecting this call. I'll be super brief. I help X, Y, and Z perform or achieve ABC. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Whatever you want to use, yeah? Hey, Jake, my name's Neil. We've not actually spoken before, but Jake, I am working with your peers in X, Y, and Z vertical. That's actually how I came across your details. Was hoping to ask you a couple of questions if you've got a sec. Whatever your pattern interrupt is, acknowledge that you've called them out of the blue. Acknowledge that you know that they're busy. Acknowledge that you know you've interrupted them and that you're going to be super brief as a result. And please ask for permission, because it's rude otherwise, and it'll just get people's back up and they will bring their walls right up and you'll be off that call before you know it. All right. Number 2, follow-up is not optional. It's not annoying. It's necessary. Your prospect is busy, not rude. Stay in their world. That's what we're talking about, right? Be helpful, be memorable, add value. And number 3, mindset plus skill set equals promotion. Guys, you can't grind your way towards the AE role, or if you're an AE, towards a senior AE role. You need frameworks. You need confidence. You need coaching. Now, you either take these frameworks and be diligent with yourself and coach yourself, but even then, you may want an extra pair of eyes over your work. So if you're serious, I can help you get there. I'm offering one-to-one coaching at the moment. Slots are limited. Consultation link is in the description below. Click on it, book your free consultation with me today, and let's see if I can actually help you going forward. Right, guys, that's it for another week. I hope you enjoyed it. Take the lessons that you can from there, apply it, implement what you can, okay? Because we're into Q4. This is the moment where you need to, yes, drive towards getting to your year target, or as close as you can if you're miles off, or exceeding it if you're close. And then using that as a springboard for 2026, because the market is still very, very tough. And that's showing no signs of changing just because it's going to be January 2026 in a couple of months. Okay. You need to carry momentum into next year. I've done a bit on Q4 survival frameworks that you can implement now and continue it into the new year. That was on the previous pod. If you want to have a look, visit the channel now. And of course, guys, if you like the video, please like it. It helps me reach more people, as I said before. And please subscribe so you don't miss the next video and the next training sessions for yourself. And if you want to see more of me, click on this video right here, and I will see you guys in there.